Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend D.G. Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Parrott, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks Podcast.
Hey, what about our Comic Capers podcast?
What about it? We're back, kids. That's right. It's Little Hellfire's favorite time of the year. Armageddon 2001, Part 3. Yes, kids. Because you should have heard Part 1 on Comic Capers 120, and then Part 2 on We Are the Night, the Batman podcast, episode 49. Now back here for Part 3. This will be the big one, or one of them. So yes, today we'll be talking JLA Annual Justice League of America Annual 5, Action Comics Annual 3, The Flash Annual 4, and Hawk World Annual 2. And some of you may be surprised what is on DC Universe Finite and which are not. Don't think you know which is which, so. All right. But yes, I am Phil. Joining me, as always, it is.
Hey y'all, it's Lilith Hellfire, and the dogs have attacked me on this early Saturday morning. I apologize.
Oh, those poor dogs. Camera's out, so
carry on.
Anything could be happening. All right, so as I was saying, four issues, only 2 of them on DC Universe Finite, and you may be surprised which ones.
Not me.
Oh no,
no.
Okay, because I was going to say the Justice League one and the Action Comics one are not on DC Universe.
I know. I looked.
I thought Flash and Superman would have been the 2 on there, if nothing else. But I guess not. At least not Superman. Flash is there. And Hawk World. If there was one I thought would not be on there, it'd be Hawk World. All right. Let's see. So yeah, kids, if you hopefully been following along, so you know about Wave Rider's trip through time to find out the identity of Monarch. And it's harder than it thinks. It's harder than it looks, kids, because at one point it might be somebody, then editorial might change it to somebody else when they think the jig is up.
Exactly.
And Lil's like, I care for neither character anyway. All right. Oh, this is gonna be fun because yes, not only is Justice League of America Annual number 5 not on DC Universe Finite, but I don't have a synopsis for it either.
Well, that's what you have the comics for, buddy.
I know. Justice League of America Annual number 5 from July 1991. Tomorrow's League today.
That reminds me of the Superman slogan.
Oh, truth, justice, and a better tomorrow.
I mean, I'm not offended by it.
I don't know
why. America, we're not the best anymore. We never were, but
I mean, forget whatever the slogan is. Do we still need a slogan? I mean, any kind of slogan like that seems outdated to me.
Yeah, I agree. His slogan should be "Don't nobody touch Lois,"
or I'll go evil.
Exactly. Save Lois, save the world. That is Superman's slogan. To borrow from the Heroes universe a little bit.
I'm sorry. I just think they're doing anything they can to try to get Superman's popularity back up.
That ain't it. See, this is what I mean. They don't know.
No.
They're too old and out of touch. They don't know.
You're out of touch. They're like, they don't want him dark like Batman. What do we do?
I would love if we went back to the Silver Age of Superman. I think that was his best, most enduring time, honestly. But keep the marriage, keep the kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, adult situations. Like everybody loves Superman on the CW, you know?
Yeah.
He's got a mortgage and, he's dealing with adult situations, taxes and kids, you know?
Yeah. I mean, hell, some of that 90s stuff. Come on.
But I digress. Let's see what Wave Rider's been up to.
All right. So, yes.
Because he's a mess.
Justice
See,
League
this is why Legends is a mess. They based it loosely on this. So this is why Legends is a mess, in case you don't know.
Oh, Lord. Is that based on anything DC anymore?
I mean, not anymore, but originally, and that's why they traveled through time and the temporal zone and all that stuff. That's why their ship's called the Wave Rider. That's why they're a bunch of losers that just keep messing stuff up.
Yes. Oh, this is no wonder this issue is weird. Okay. Well, no. I mean, writers, of course, at this time, Keith Giffen and J.M. DeMatteis.
God, I haven't heard that name in forever, Keith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in forever.
I know. I mean, meanwhile, our friend Mr. J.M. DeMatteis, friend of the show,
making a return to comics.
I mean, working decades. He's still working. I mean, comics, shows, movie, you know. All right. Ready for this? Pencilers. Keith Giffen, Steve Carr, Chris Sprouse, Derek Robertson, Marshall Rogers, Kevin McGuire, Dan Jurgens, Joe Phillips, Ty Templeton, and Linda Medley.
I know all those people. Like, that's crazy.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's like 10 pencilers on this thing.
Yeah, do what a baby's got to do what a baby's got to do.
I guess. Inkers Jose Marzan Jr. and Bruce D. Patterson. Colorist Gene D'Angelo. Oh my God. One colorist did everybody's pen.
And you get some coloring and you get support. Poor person.
I know. Letterers Bob Lappin and editors Andrew Helfer and Kevin Dooley. So
that's a jam-packed issue. Hey-o.
Well, yeah, because you kind of get like flashes into a bunch of the league members because
that's why it took so much, honestly.
Yeah.
They're like, and we're never gonna do this again.
Yes. As you know, Wave Rider, is going around, looking at everybody's futures, and he shows up at the Justice League Embassy and takes the form of Lilith Hellfire's favorite, Captain Atom.
Captain Atom has been robbed and wronged so much and so often. That's another story. That's another story for another time.
Oh my. We could do some Captain Atom in the future.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Blends right into our future plans.
Mm-hmm. We do like a month of Captain Atom.
If you know, we could do a whole podcast, but I'm not that niche. I don't like niche podcasts. Surprisingly, shockingly.
Yeah, right. So are we saying at this point Captain Atom's so bland that no one realizes that he's an imposter?
Does anybody even really know who Captain Atom is, honestly?
I mean, after Crisis, they kind of,
he could be freaking Plankton from SpongeBob, for all we know.
I know, except for like that late 80s stuff. Like they really.
That's when they were trying to make him a real thing, honestly. And that's where I know him from best, but he has other stuff.
Oh yeah, that's what we need. That's what, if we cover anything, that's where we need to start, that late 80s stuff. But yeah, I mean, they tried to, give him like a family and stuff, but he was a man out of time. And then, I don't know. Again, I mean, once we get to the end of this thing, I think Armageddon really derailed.
Really screwed the pooch on it, and we all know why.
Really derailed him, and and after the fact, for no good reason, eventually.
They're like, you know what? We got Ray Palmer. It's fine.
But even the original plans, it's like, what? How dare you? But yeah, we get all these future flash forwards. Like, I guess Martian Manhunter is going to be the Green Guru.
Racist.
Just sitting in a temple or something, contemplating. I said contemplating.
Never forget, Martian Manhunter could solo Superman.
Hey-oh.
Just friendly reminder.
I know. Oh, I know.
And the Hulk definitely could not beat him up under any circumstances.
Yeah, Himbos of Florida. Oh my God. And then Guy Gardner is like the leader of his own cult.
Well, that tracks. It's a sex cult. We all know this.
I don't know. Read Green Lantern 25. He ain't gonna lead to no cult. He's getting kicked out.
Well, when it's surrounded by him, trust me, and it's a sex cult.
Oh my. But then he gets hit on the head again, and now he's all touchy-feely again. Nice guy finishes last.
I mean, if you're polite.
See, oh, hey-oh.
I was waiting for it. It's got layers. It's a joke with layers.
It's layers. Oh, it's thick, you said?
Oh, God. Carry on, sir. Carry on. We have so much to get through.
I know. So, yeah, basically, guy gets kicked out of his own cult when he gets too nice. Oh, my God. Then we see Blue Beetle, who basically sold out.
What did they do to my precious Blue Beetle?
He let himself go. Oh, yeah. All those Charlton characters, man, they really threw them through the ringer. You know, it's like Blue Beetle.
It's because they only wanted freaking Captain Marvel. The real Captain Marvel.
Oh, burn.
It's not a burn, it's a fact.
Burn.
We sued for it fair and square.
Yeah, but then it's like, that puts them in a weird position. Does DC want a character with a name that reminds everyone of the competition?
Listen, look, no offense. Y'all know I love me some Marvel. I love my little whipping blue and red hero and my other little guy that runs around in red tights. But at the end of the day, Captain Marvel, DC's Captain Marvel is infinitely better than 85% of what Marvel's got going on. Let's just be honest. Ultimate kid wish fulfillment. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And then the Marvel family within itself gives, and y'all know I love the Fantastic Four, gives Fantastic Four a true run for their money. So it's like, if they would have actually made him like a lead character, they could have just been burning Marvel at every freaking turn, but they don't think long term, and that's the problem. Mm-hmm. He's been out of publication in and out of publication for so long. In the whole Shazam, and now we're going to focus on Black Adam instead because we have The Rock as Black Adam, and, you know, we kind of dug at the bottom of the barrel. Don't at me, Chuck fans, for Zachary Levi. It's like, you did what you did. Now we have to suffer the consequences of our own actions. Yeah, that's a whole rant for, like, Patreon one day, maybe.
Jeez.
How Lilith really feels about things.
Yes, Lilith has no feelings about the issue.
Like I don't feel like they went in deep enough. Speaking of going in deep enough.
But yeah, now Blue Beetle's like an overweight former pitchman, and you know, oh, he's been ruined. Ruined by who? Former teammate.
As you do.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the thing that I will say about the Justice League versus the Avengers. Justice League feels like a family 85% of the time. 97% of the time, Avengers just feel like coworkers that barely tolerate each other.
Oh, yeah. I mean, especially.
So that's another reason why I've never really dug Avengers. It's just like, who's hot at the time? Throw them on a team!
Except for the 90s.
Even the 90s, it's just smash them up. It's just smash them up action. You got to know what you're getting into.
I mean, I get it. I mean, I think the Justice League at this point was better than 90s Avengers because at both times, both teams were pretty much, hey, let's put people in here who don't have their own books and stuff. So,
yeah.
Yeah, I think the league stuff was better than the Avengers.
I mean, they have... Like, I feel like Avengers recycles their cosmic threats, and like now, modern DC definitely, it's Darkseid. It's always Darkseid. It's all of the new guy. No, it's Darkseid.
And again, it's like, I don't need a cosmic, going to destroy the multiverse.
I'm like, what about those evil Thangorians and those white Martians? Are we not? What's not clicking, Steven? Like,
the Legion of Doom. Come on.
Exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be multi-dimensional every time.
I just miss when it was just simply Crisis on 2 Earths, not multiple and infinite, you know?
You hear, kids? Lilith only needs 2. Come on.
I need that as a drop, please. Well, I guess Five Guys can never be our sponsor.
Hey-o!
Holds me down.
Uh,
A mess.
God, then Ice is like a crazy cat lady who goes back to Guy now that he's hit on the head and sensitive again.
Well, if that's all it takes.
And then, oh my God, yeah, Fire's like a big thing in the future, and she's the one who ruined Blue Beetle, but oh my God, she's gonna marry Oberon.
Oh God, talk about a name you haven't heard forever.
I know. Oh my God, look at her when she touches Wave Rider, aka Captain Atom, man. Just the hand right on the chest. She's like, oh hey.
Grabby. Talk about getting handsy.
Hey-o. Oh yeah, and then Blue Beetle gets arrested in the future for trying to attack Fire. Oh, and then what about Booster Gold? He went back to the future to try to like bring some more stuff back, and they caught him, and now he's back right where he started as a janitor.
Honestly, if Booster Gold ever had his own show, that's the exact ending I would want to the show.
He's starting exactly where he left off.
Like, you're a loser. You're always gonna be a loser, baby. It would be relatable. You can't escape capitalism.
Oh, I know. Oh, and then what did you think of the Mr. Miracle stuff?
See, Mr. Miracle, that's a whole other ball of wax, which we've discussed other places, but
Yes.
Always good to see that they didn't do too much.
Yeah,
these characters that they did in the story, like I get for all intent and purposes what they're doing, but
yeah, I know.
But Mr. Miracle, I was like, okay, yeah, no, that tracks.
I mean, it was like the League at this point. I mean, that's like the kind of stuff they're doing, but it's like I think they were trying to do too much.
Always doing too much
in this issue. I mean, at least in this issue, they were trying to do.
But and then somehow not enough. It's this bizarre dichotomy of just mediocrity. Oops, sorry.
But I love how they were Wave Rider didn't see anybody becoming Monarch, so he had to test Maxwell. He had to test Max Lord, but when he does, it makes his condition worse because he's already in the hospital. And I'm just, he almost kills him looking into his future. I'm like, oh, do it. Save Wonder Woman some time and effort.
Oh, no, that's one of the best stories is when she kills him, though. So it's like, yes. That's why I was so shook when they brought him into Supergirl in the Arrowverse. I was just like, now you got to be still in Wonder Woman stories.
Oh, did you see that? Jenna Dewan, I guess, is coming back as Lucy on Superman and Lois.
I guess those Channing Tatum alimony checks ain't paying the bills because I ain't seen that kid working forever. So a baby's got to do what a baby's got to do.
It might be interesting to see what they can do with her on Superman and Lois as opposed to Supergirl.
Lucy's always been kind of annoying, and we don't really have Jimmy around or any of those other extra side characters, so it's going to be, she's not moving in with them, are they? She's not going to be like the loser sister that has to move in with them, right?
I was going to say, does she know about Clark? Because the dad knows about Clark. Does she know?
Yeah. One day we might have to do a rundown on the current state of Superman.
Yes. Yeah.
In all media.
All right, so we'll get out of here. So yes, Wave Rider makes Max's condition worse, and then he's like, "Oh, I gotta go find Monarch." Again, they had no order in this because it says continued in Hawk and Dove, but I believe the action and the Flash come before that.
Shh, it's why it's not on. Shh, don't think too hard.
Well, I'm thinking Superman and Flash probably didn't need the help, sales-wise, but Hawk and Dove probably did.
We almost briefly went through a Hawk and Dove renaissance, but they have always been trying to make those two a thing, and I've never understood it. So
I know
they're very milk toast.
Well, used to be the brothers.
Give me my Hawk people over Hawk and Dove. I prefer Hawk people over Hawk and Dove. So
yes, agreed.
You know what? Twilight's a better love story than their love story. There, I said it.
Ooh.
Don't at me, all 5 of you Hawk and Dove fans.
Oh, she's a Rob Pattinson stan. Come on.
Yeah, I'm not a Twilight fan though. The
No.
movies and the books are terrible. They're hilarious to dissect though. But then you have to look at it through this weird religious lens and don't even get me started. Maybe that'll be my next TikTok rant.
All right.
It's free.
All right. So should we get to the Action Comics annual?
Let's get to the real story.
Oh my.
Let's just be honest. Like all the other stuff was fluff, but the big books, yeah, that's where all the real action happened. Let's just be honest about that.
Oh, the real action was Action Comics.
Hey-o.
Hey-o.
And the real adventure was in Adventures of Super. You get where this is going.
Yes. All right. So Action Comics Annual 3, August 1991. Executive Action. Get it? Action Comics, Executive Action.
More like executive dysfunction, but you ain't heard that from me.
Oh, burn.
It's what I do best.
All right, kids. Here's a synopsis. All right, kids. So in this one, Wave Rider touches Superman. Oh man, all these
again. He's like, I gotta get me another dose. Yeah.
The toucher of the DC universe. Wave Rider. He touches Superman once again and investigates another timeline, again with him marrying Lois Lane, but this time stopping Mannheim from detonating his nuclear device that would destroy Metropolis. Get it, kids? So he corrected that mistake from the last one. Clark Kent becomes an aide to Pete Ross, who's running for president. But while
oh no! First of all, if you know anything about comic book Pete Ross, this don't make no damn sense. But okay, go off.
Well, he was a senator at this point, so
I know, but like how he even got to be senator is beyond me. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I know. After Crisis, yeah, he's basically. I mean, he doesn't know who.
Do the kids even know who Pete Ross is? I mean, at this point, Smallville's 20 years old, so like.
I know. Back in the Silver Age, he used to know Clark's identity. After Crisis, he didn't know. You know, Lana was the one who knew.
Well, obviously, that makes more sense.
Yeah. Hey-oh. Well, I get it.
They didn't even give like Pete Ross the whole alliteration thing. That's how you knew they didn't really like. And you know, honestly, that's how you know Jimmy Olsen was always going to be the redheaded stepchild.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, good old J.O. Yeah.
It's James now.
Just like my brother.
You mentioned the episode that shall not be named. How dare you, sir?
The final episode.
Exactly.
Oh, that's right. CGI suit. Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, Clark becomes an aide to Pete Ross, who's running for president. But while trying to protect Ross from being killed by an assassin, his identity as Superman is exposed. Ross has Ken take his place in the run for the presidency and manages to prevail as he wins the election. While most of the nation seems to favor Superman's actions during his term as the president of the United States. Green Lantern Guy Gardner ends up rebelling and turning against all his allies.
Oh, you don't say. At this point, it's a character flaw at this point. It's to be expected.
Oh, yeah. During a gathering of heroes for one of Superman's presidential decrees. Ultimately, in a one-on-one confrontation between him and Guy, Superman uses his will to cause Guy's power ring to transfer onto his hand. Oh, I give him the hand. Talk to the hand.
I'm going to need 10 cc's of a yellow lamp. I repeat, 10 cc's of a yellow lamp. That'll fix that up.
Depowering the Green Lantern long enough for Hal Jordan and John Stewart to intervene and take him away.
Thank God.
I know. Though Wave Rider fears...
It could be worse. He could have got embarrassed by Alan Scott.
No! Would, Jerry. Would.
Exactly.
Oh my God. I mean... I don't... I making Alan Scott... a gay man, his weakness is wood. No.
I know.
Oh, DC. The Wave Rider feared that this could be the point where Superman becomes monarch. He sees that instead, the Kryptonian wisely turns over Guy's power ring to Hal Jordan for him to select a new candidate, knowing how much power can corrupt. All right, so I don't know, Loaf. I mean, this was was this better than the first one? I mean, it was a lot more positive story.
Yeah, it wasn't an absolute clusterfuck, but I still don't like events. Like they should just be used sparingly, and this is like case number one. This is like prime example of why we should use crossover events and annuals sparingly.
Yeah, I mean,
because it got to be a fatigue after like this issue, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I guess did Roger Stern maybe not want to write Armageddon in 2001 because the first how many pages are set like in the present, Superman fighting Calabac and stuff, and
yeah, he's like, I'm gonna give you as little. He's like, I'm gonna to the T. I only need 3 pages. I'm only gonna give you 3 pages.
I mean, Wave Rider doesn't even show up until page 11, and then we get the.
That's what I'm saying. He's like, as little as possible.
We get the recap, and especially from the last annual and stuff, and then Clark and Lois are going to dinner. We see Wave Rider. Yeah, Wave Rider doesn't actually touch Superman until hold on. Oh no, the elevator. Page 16.
Halfway there. Oh, just saying.
That's what Lilith sings at the end of dates. Hey.
Nah, I just get up and go.
Hey.
See you later, bunkies. We were busy boning. Not likely, but
hey.
Gotta remember, it's Florida. This is the unvaccinated cesspool. Ooh, that sure was close. I didn't get manhandled. I need that as a ringtone, actually.
Okay. But yeah, again, like the synopsis says, they actually get married in this future, and
see, unlike Spider-Man, we can put cliff notes of they actually got married in that timeline, not the reminder of the event that shall not be named.
Yeah, not with every synopsis. Oh, they're married.
You shut your filthy mouth. I know. They're living in sin right now. I know.
God forbid, man. Again, we got Ben Rowley back. He could be our single.
But at what cost? But at what cost?
I'm just saying, he could be the.
Honestly, I'd rather see Ben married and happy.
Is that what they're gonna do? Make him the married.
He deserves it, though, when you think about it.
Yeah, because you could say, "Oh, it's not the real Peter." So, hey, who cares what you do? If you want to.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, they already gave him his redhead.
Nice.
Well, that's what me and Ray were talking about. I said, give Miles a redhead, and then they'll all have a redhead. They have a type. But no, it's in
the infected spider blood.
I know. Oh, hell. But no, I like it. Some of those, when Superman's trying to bring down the national debt and just like using having Aquaman help him, like find like sunken.
That's the kind of like, if we're gonna do politics and comic books, that's the kind of politics and comic books I want to see. He's like, arg me, matey. Give me all your gold galleons.
I mean, yeah, just find sunken ships. Oh, hey, here's like, hey.
He's in his spare time. He's just making diamonds.
Found all these gold bars.
He goes into space and gets all the rare like elements and stuff. Yeah.
Pirates, arg.
But no,
that's a Superman book as President Superman book I'd want to read.
And again, so yeah, we get a more positive, and I love, hey, let's use this where it's like, in that first future, Pa Kent gets crushed by a tractor. So this time, Superman actually, the Wave Rider touch actually helps him remember. Yeah, that happened, so he can avert it.
It's like, oh.
He remembers the bad touch. Show me on the dolly where the bad time traveler touched you.
Seriously, it's just like, oh, a tale of they just weren't thinking. It was the 90s. You could do what you want.
Oh my.
Literally.
Whatever. I do what I want. All right.
Shut up before we end up doing a South Park podcast. Shut up.
Oh my god. How many you're like, oh, you want Seinfeld, you want South Park?
I don't mean it. You know I don't mean it. We both don't have the time.
I know. I told you we do anything on Patreon. Let's do some Spawn. Or all of it. Every Spawn in order.
Oh God.
Plus the animated series.
Oh God. Well, I mean, as long as like the finale's the movie, that's fine.
What's the final one? It just
After we run out of Spawn, like say if like McFarlane's like, quit Spawn, and we actually have like an endpoint to go to. It's like, and then the final special episode, they've ripped that apart.
I mean, if there's any endpoint for Spawn, you know what it's going to be: his death, right? Or McFarlane's death, right? Because as long as that thing's making money, he ain't stopping that thing. So prepare, kids, when we review Spawn 500, Spawn 1000.
And then Luca takes over.
Like I said, no, it might end when McFarlane dies. So
I think he has a clause. He's probably got like 1 billion of those suckers written. So even after death, his name's still on the cover. Out of spite.
Todd McFarlane's Spawn.
Like, wait a minute, did he die? Like he's like Tupac. He just keeps releasing them again and again.
He's like Dick Clark, man. He's gonna make him still print his name on that thing, even though he's been dead for years.
Rocking New Year's Eve.
That's smart, Sarah. Oh my God, no! McFarlane's gonna upload his consciousness to like the internet, so like
I guess he better start making friends with Elon,
so he could just
get him one of those sweet Tesla robot bodies.
Exactly, so he could start printing out like scripts from the.
They're like Spawn 4 times a month.
It'll be like one of those things where like you like tell a bot to like write you a story.
It's like, wait a minute, this is just a Spider-Man story with Spawn in it.
Wait, this dead guy's script makes no sense. It's like dead guy Spawn stops evil demon man. All right. So should we jump to the Flash?
If we have to.
What, you didn't like this one?
No, not at all.
No. So
I mean, it's okay. It's just not what I would have wanted.
Okay, I mean, I liked it for the most part, but I have 1 or 2 problems.
Like we've been to the future in the Flash universe, and they're all infinitely better. So that's all. Even the tragic ones are better.
Yeah. The Flash annual number 4, October 91, Family Business. Wave Rider turns to his next potential.
And no, we're not talking about the TV show. If you know, you know.
Oh my. During an event hosted by the mayor featuring many of Wally's close friends, Wave Rider peers into the Flash's life several years from now, uncovering what would be a potential future. Yeah, that's pretty much.
It's funny they didn't see Barry coming back in that potential future, but
I know. Well, what's potential? It's not the actual future. I know.
I'm just saying, like it would have been funny.
You know what? I mean, again, he was only looking ahead to the year 2001. Barry didn't come back till 2009.
Exactly. So close. See, they could have been like, see, that was an Easter egg. Nerds didn't even know.
Oh my God. You and your corrupting influence. Remember, we were talking about doing the Eternals, me and Charlie doing the movie review. I'm like, oh, it'll be episode 366. And Charlie goes, oh, Lilith Hellfire will be here soon in a few weeks.
Oh, God. It's the branding. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, hey, I heard you were doing an episode 69.
I don't know if he even listens to it, but I guarantee you the closer we get, I'll probably get like messages from like Ray or somebody who'll be like, oh, Lilith's going to be on Super Connectivity soon, eh?
It's hilarious.
No, Ray. Because Lilith Hellfire has everyone thinking that's 69.
Sex on the mind.
All right, so no, the Flash, it was interesting because Wave Rider gets him at that Flash Day thing, but
which I love. Flash Day is like obviously a real thing. both in the comics and in real life. Although we haven't celebrated Flash Day since the TV show hasn't been doing so good, but
yeah. Oh, but this was before his time on the book as the regular writer, but written by Mark Waid.
yeah.
You
could tell where this was going.
Oh, was this his tryout?
I feel like, yeah.
Because we see in the future Wally marries this woman, and who found out her boss was up to bad things and had to go into witness protection. Because I guess the guy's like some kind of metahuman who, if he touches you, he can like read your thoughts and stuff. So yeah, both their families like start getting killed.
Metahuman. Ugh, God, so freaking generic.
So
so is mutant, to be fair, but
yeah. So yeah, the guy eventually finds out where they are and kidnaps their son. Who inherited the super speed, but not the protective aura,
which makes it useless.
And sends a bunch of the rogues after Wally, which is kind of weird because it's like Wally really didn't have like much of a rogues gallery at this point. So just some of the choices Mark Waid made.
Yeah, he did pretty okay with what he had, but yeah,
but he really didn't have like an actual rogues gallery because I mean the first one, Weather Wizard, okay, classic Flash Rogue, and then we get Slow and Steady.
Wins the race. Hail.
Oh, I was like, there's a joke about your dating life in here. There has to be.
The big finish. Jazz hands. Every time.
Oh, and then that guy in the armor, Sprint.
Can't. Well, actually, you can use. Well, no, actually, can you? Are they still a company?
I don't know.
T-Mobile bought them, so yeah, I don't think they're a company anymore. So they can bring that character back, no problem.
I know. Well, I think those. A lot of these, like again, you never see these guys again. I guess possible future. I guess some of them never make it. And then, oh my God, the Rainbow Raider.
Now, see, I like Rainbow Raider.
If done right, yeah.
Yes. Which we won't get to done right for like another 10 years, if I'm not mistaken.
What, in the comics?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's been...
They did that story, right? Like 10 years later.
I'm trying to remember, did they? Yeah, maybe. Oh, and then, I mean, we get... and of course, we get a subtle appearance of a Bat character in this. Did you get that?
You call that subtle, or was that sarcasm?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, when the space shuttle lands with Captain Drake.
The Drake, he's a good guy.
Love the Drake. Oh my God, I swear there's some kind of like either social media site or a podcast. There's something. Somebody does a Tim Drake thing, and I think it's like Love the Drake or something.
That's funny.
The name is like the Drake is in there, yeah. I think this is where Mark Waid starts the whole idea of Chillblaine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with Golden Glider giving the woman giving the young himbos certain
Listen, Golden Glider's life goals. I'm just saying. I need that as a drop, please.
Dancing around with young himbos while she's like skating around in that dress.
Look at my butt. So as I forced my friends to do a Stargate rewatch, they were like, you know what? You stole your personality from Cisco, O'Neill, and Picard. And it's all becoming very obvious at this point. I'm like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Wait, when did you do a Stargate thing?
I'm still in the middle. We're still in the middle of it right now. We're like halfway through season 5.
Oh my God, kid, she's cheating on me.
We're just doing a rewatch. It's not like we're doing a podcast. I just rant on TikTok about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm crying out loud.
God, she makes fun of me, kids.
No! Yeah, that's a deep cut for sure.
And then of course the villain gives all these the main bad guy gives all these villains guns that like take little bits of Flash's speed because he wants Flash's speed.
I mean, Wally's speed's not the one I would really want anyway.
Well, I think he's the only one around at this point.
I know. I think Impulse is the best one.
Yeah.
He's like, he's like the peak evolution of the Speed Force.
And again, this guy Paradox.
Not to be confused with Parallax.
Oh. I mean,
Paradox, a perfect villain for a story about time travel and possible futures, don't you think?
Oh yeah,
Was that a little too on the nose though?
I mean, Mark Waid creation. I mean,
don't end up like Fry from Futurama and being your own grandpa.
Oh my, yeah. But no, then at the end, the guy, all the speed is up in that magic container. It's like, well, they can give you your speed back, but no, he gives the aura to his son, so it's basically giving us our new Kid Flash, probably. Okay, so I don't know what you thought, but I mean, the story was okay, but it's like at the end, because like they show like that's where this potential future started with this woman meeting him at Flash Day, but then at the end, the boss kind of like carts her away, and it's just like, okay, was this supposed to be a happy ending? Because she's either going to get blackmailed or killed, so okay.
Again, Wally was never really that great at his job. I love the kid, but especially in the beginning, you're really not that great at his job.
I know, but it's just like, I love Mark Waid, but it's like, is that supposed to be a happy ending? It's like, oh yeah, this woman's
well, they don't want you to be invested either, because Wally has to be single for a while too, and they don't want those seeds being laid down.
That's fine. I like him with Linda. I'm not saying he has to marry this woman, but I'm just saying. I
think that's probably why they did it, though. They didn't want to like have like letters. Well, we really like that. Can you make that happen? And, they're money hungry, but they're like, yeah, do it. But that's never do it. So that's probably why he did that, in all honesty. Just to nip editorial right in the bud.
Right in the bud. All right. So what did you think of it?
It was okay. It's just, Wally's seen better days, better futures. That's all.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, but I was gonna say, because I saw this on DC Universe Finite. This and I think in the Superman issues.
I love how we are just like, yeah, you should buy it, but we totally roasted. We're like, yeah, Marvel Limited and DC Finite, perfectly fine apps. I mean, they have a lot of stuff. It's just like we do deep dives. We're real nerds. We do deep dives.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Oh, please.
We find like literally all the like kinks in the armor. We're just like, yep, they don't got that.
Oh, please. I would love to be them to sponsor us.
Well, Marvel Unlimited should totally sponsor us. How many subscriptions have you sold?
I mean, at least Ray and Charlie, I believe, and I have one.
I just got mine back, so
oh, nice.
It was a gift. Early birthday present.
Oh my.
Okay.
I just meant one of the himbos, that's all. But no,
it was my best friend. How dare you?
Oh, okay.
I'd never accept a nerd gift from a himbo. I'd get a Hulk figurine. No thanks. Seriously, himbos love Hulk, and I blame Chris Hemsworth. That's why I have beef with Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, wait a minute, from your best friend, I didn't get you that.
My other best friend.
No.
From childhood.
I was gonna say, I know I'm not your best friend, sure.
You're my nerd best friend. Don't tell Charlie.
Oh, please, he knows that. I mean, we do how many podcasts together. But no, I was gonna say, and the one good thing about DC Universe Infinite, give us a sponsorship. No, it like puts the annuals like in place, like between the issues and stuff. And I remember how we were saying, oh, why wasn't Wonder Woman in this event? What's the very next issue after the Flash annual? The War of the Gods issue.
Yeah. I think we sussed that out the last time, but yeah.
That just maybe they were taking place at the same time, so they didn't want to like muddy the water.
Again, stop doing so many damn events.
At the same time, yeah. I was like, here, there's an annual in the main, there's an event in the main books, there's an event in the annual. Couldn't get away from it. This is where it started in 1991.
Honestly, then the early night. Well, this is right near the bubble and stuff. So yeah, honestly.
Yeah. All right, so we should get to the Hawk World annual.
If we have to.
Oh my. Yeah, Hawk World.
Who thought that they were going to be a thing? Like, I don't understand. Sales was totally off on this trend.
What? Yeah. Okay. I mean, we don't have a synopsis for this, but yeah, Hawk World Annual 2. So is it like, did they? What was Hawkman not popular? So they're like, oh, I know. Let's not make him human. Let's make him an alien.
I think if they were still trying to like retcon like all the Hawk stuff into, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so much history, and it can be the Hawk people specifically can be a lot to take in. But I think that, at least in the animated universe, they handled it really well, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't know, like, I think that they don't give the audience credit enough, and they just want to make it. They cater to the lowest common denominator to make something super simple, and it ends up backfiring.
I guess, yeah. Well, it's like, everything before this was the Silver Age Hawkman, but were they just like, hey, Superman's an alien, Martian Manhunter's an alien, kids love aliens.
I literally don't understand their choices, but yeah. I just know that they wanted to clean it up and make it a little more streamlined. And yeah, you're right. They do have two predecessors that they could pull from and try at the very least.
But yeah, Racing Against Time, writer John Ostrander.
I totally forgot he wrote that issue.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about it. I haven't heard that name in a while either in my main books.
Oh yeah, I mean, he was Mr. Suicide Squad
for a long time.
Yeah. Was he?
Gail Simone kind of took that from him, though. Well, Secret Six at any rate.
Yeah, he like wrapped up that original Firestorm run. Oh, Firestorm.
Oh, we'll get there one day.
Oh, I know. I don't know. What did you think about the art in this one?
I thought it was a little muddy, but it was definitely an artistic choice and not a technical one.
Yeah, I didn't know if part of it because I was reading this on DC Universe Infinite.
Yeah, they do have a tendency to not make the cleanest transfers.
Yeah, I was gonna say sometimes art, just because it's digital and
they smooth the lines. Yeah, it's like I'm pretty sure a person doesn't do it at this point for DC. At least it's very much automated. I think
because in '91, no one was thinking about what it was going to look like digitizing it and stuff.
Yeah.
So what did you think of this future? I mean,
it's the most plausible future, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's really weird because like Hawkman and Hawkwoman come to. I mean, this is the whole series. Hawkman and Hawkwoman come to Earth and basically just like get into relationships and stuff. And
look, I'm just gonna say this. Don't at me, guys. Hawkwoman greater than Hawkman.
Oh yeah, in this series, definitely.
Just in general as a character, after they let her be Hawkwoman and not Hawkgirl. Just saying. Yeah. She really outshined him, and her trajectory as a character is pretty awesome.
But maybe because I don't have as much invested in this series as like the other ones, it just seems like the possible future really wasn't that out there as opposed to the other.
So I mean, it's the most like realistic one.
Yeah, because it's basically like, oh yeah, I stayed with so and so, and and in this one they show him coming out of retirement and stuff because he retired for a while. It's like, okay, and none of the choices were that outrageous. So
yeah, I liked it. It was pretty grounded.
Yeah,
I was expecting a lot more for the Hawk people. So like they could really go buck wild, and I was just like, oh, they didn't. That's why I was like, ooh, red flag. I think that's why they tried to do that, though, to make it like the most plausible, the most normal, the most, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Okay, here's an idea. I mean, I don't like that they were gonna, who they were gonna make Monarch, and the one that ended up. I'm like, really?
Either way, we were screwed. Let's just be honest.
I know. You think it would have been better if they would have made this Hawkman Monarch? Yeah,
I do actually.
I mean, I think it made kind of sense. Alien comes to Earth. He's just like, oh man, they're messing this thing up. I'm gonna have to
give me all your nukes. It's like Superman tried that already. Somebody get Lex Luthor on the phone.
Seriously, and that armor could have been Thanagarian tech and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
See, that's what I mean. This is what I mean. The internet has been ruining stuff forever.
I was gonna say maybe the sales were good on the book at this point, so maybe that's why they didn't use Hawkman, or they considered him like they considered them like a brand or something. So they're like, yeah, no, we don't.
Well, yeah, they are a brand.
Yeah, I mean, at 91, were they just like, yeah, we don't want to f with that brand, so.
Somebody was reading it.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he made it at least a 0 hour, and then they combined like all the Hawks into one person.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, Vandal Savage.
Got a shirtless Hawkman back. It's like,
Young Lilith Hellfire was pleased. The big finish. Just hands.
Oh, showing your hands. Okay. All right. So, what do you think? What do you think with these annuals? All right, or
obviously, like the big characters in this get better stories, and that's unfortunate because, like, in events like this, you should give like the little books the bigger stories, the better stories, but it just hasn't happened, unfortunately. But
yeah, but do you think some of that is just like some of the creators like, okay, I'll do one, but I really don't want to do an Armageddon.
There's definitely a lot of stories that smack of that, and it's just like you should. This is what I mean when you want to do company-wide events, you should like ask the writers, hey, we're thinking about doing an event. What kind of event do you guys think would you be interested in writing in? And I just don't think that that's what happens. I think that the editors of the book get together and sales gets together and they try to make this plan, and then they force it on the writers, and that's when you get stuff like, oh, I'm only going to write 5 pages of the event, at the very end. Or we have the guy in the shadows and he doesn't matter to the story. Marvel.
Or I wonder too if they didn't give them like a lot of info. If they were just like, okay, here's what you need. Wave Rider has to come in, touch somebody. Hey,
that's exactly what I mean. They didn't really give them much of a plan. Where this event definitely smacks of it wasn't very collaborative. They just forced it on the writers.
You just need to create a possible future. Boom.
Yeah. So if we ever get Mark Waid, write that down. It's like, hey, how do they come up with those crossover events? How much say do you get?
Oh yeah, I mean, well, remember what Chichester said? It's just like they.
I feel like Marvel has always had it more together when it comes to events. Though I'm talking specifically DC.
Oh yeah,
especially in the 90s where they felt like they could do no wrong. And that those nerds would just keep buying it off the spinner racks, which they were right for a very long time.
Well, I think they were just trying to like feel their way around like after Crisis. It's just like, okay, what do we do now?
Crisis, the gift that keeps on screwing us over.
Oh yeah, we're still 91.
We're still suffering from it. Like, it's crazy. We've been chasing our tails for like damn near 40 years at this point.
Again, that's why I got excited. I thought maybe Metal or something would have like reset everything, just like,
that's why I stopped reading it when I realized it wasn't.
Yeah, go back to pre-Crisis,
They could never go back to pre-Crisis, though. That's the thing.
I mean, you could.
They need to, but they literally, after all that they put us through, they could literally never do it. They're too stubborn about it.
Think about that. Pre-Crisis, but with modern storytelling and art, and
they're too embarrassed at this point.
Oh yeah.
They know that we know that they know that we know that we know that they know.
Well, that's why they got sick of being known as the company that reboots. So it's like,
don't call it a reboot. Don't even call it a refresh. We just do what we want now. Everything matters for some reason.
Now we just hit with multiple events where everything ever happened matters.
A mess. Yeah. I love DC, but they are messy.
Yes.
I hate sliding time too, so it's a whole thing.
All right, so we done with this
week?
The
Flash better do it better. That's all that I have to say.
Yeah.
When does that kick off?
November. What is that? 16th.
Is it 16th? Okay.
I think, yeah.
I mean, I have my DVR set and stuff, but like,
yeah,
I don't watch live TV anymore. Like,
well, at first I was like, well, Stargirl's season finale is coming this week. I was like, why are they skipping a week? But you know what? I was looking. You know what I think it is? That week between Stargirl's finale and the Flash coming back, I believe they're doing like a 2-hour like Supergirl finale.
Oh, series finale.
Series finale, yeah. But I don't know if it's even technically 2 episodes, but they're going to do the 2 episodes that night, I guess.
Okay.
So
remind me. I'm gonna live tweet that. Just remind me, please.
Okay. So yeah, not this Tuesday, but the one after.
Okay.
All right. So kids, what do you
the
think?
CW better use Melissa Benoist again if she wants to come back to work for them.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I mean, I was gonna say, she interested in directing. I mean, give her the David Ramsey.
Well, not even David Ramsey, but Katie Lutz has been directing a lot of Legends. So,
yeah. How get Melissa to direct some Stargirls?
Well, they have a very specific thing. Jeff Johns is very specific about that show, but yeah.
All right, kids. So yes, send us your thoughts on Armageddon 2001 because, well, part 4, Lilith Hellfire gets the week off. So yes, catch part 4 on Nightwing News, episode 118.
Poor Kristen.
I know, she could be so lost. New Titans, annual number 7. And then join us on part 5. Lilith will be back as we cover Detective Comics Annual 4 from We Are the Night.
The Batman Podcast. We're Vengeance too. It just didn't fit on the shirt, but we're getting a bigger shirt. So
episode 52.
Hey-o.
And then come back. Part 6 and 7 will be both on the next 2 episodes of Comic Capers. So, and again, if you want to know which ones we're doing them all. So send your thoughts.
Now I need that as a drop.
Oh my.
That's a mouthful.
So so send your thoughts on every issue of Armageddon 2001. Email us capesandlunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember to follow Comic Capers on Facebook, on Twitter. What?
Sorry. Not my allergies. Don't mind me.
Sure.
No, really.
Yes. So yes, follow us on social medias. Find all the social medias for all of our various shows.
Many shows.
Mm-hmm. Maybe more coming soon. Links to the YouTube channel. See Lilith Hellfire scoff and threaten her dogs. Yes, I know, Lilith Hellfire. So YouTube channel, or most importantly, links to the Patreon. If you can, please subscribe.
Gimme all your nerd money.
I was gonna say, thank God you threw money in there.
Need the money. Gimme.
So yes, if you can, please subscribe to the subscribe to the YouTube channel, but most importantly, the Patreon. Or pick up your merch, t-shirts, cups, phone cases, and more coming. So find see-through cups. Find links to all of it all in one place. Again, the links in the show notes on YouTube, on the podcast. Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. All right, Lilith Hellfire. Where can people find you?
If you nerds want to remind me to watch nerdy stuff live on TV, find me on Twitter @Lilith Hellfire, on Instagram @Lilith Hellfire69, and of course, over on TikTok @Lilith Hellfire69, making Stargate and making Stargate rants basically at this point. Sometimes Star Trek. How hard is it? It's super niche. I'm going to tell you the Stargate fandom is dead. Okay. I'm single-handedly reviving it at this point.
Again, just sit back and relax and listen to Lil's reviews.
Shut up and just lay there.
Hello. All right, kids. Thank you for joining us. Again, part 4, Nightwing News 118. Part 5 on We Are the Night, the Batman podcast. And then back here for part 6 and 7. To wrap it all up. And remember, watch The Flash.
He'll be back before you know it. Hell.
Hello.